So, shall we kick on? Nice to see us all here, so no extra absence.
Chris will, because Caroline's looking after Karen, so I know that he'll be here any second.
Okay.
I just hope
You got?
Welcome.
Sorry, no chair.
That's okay.
No, not.
We have started, but I failed to notice you weren't here. So a timely arrival.
I do all that.
We must get my eyes tested. Okay, so first item is to approve and authorise the signing of the minutes from 3rd of October. Does anyone have any?
And the top it says the 7th.
It does.
Okay. We will I'll amend that on the thing and sign it.
Yes, and number one, apologies were received from Councillor Reid.
So what was that, sorry?
Apologies.
Yeah, they were.
Doesn't say so, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think you amended that, didn't you?
Well, I sent a note about it,
Okay.
and just before number 3, we should insert there, Councillor Reid joins the meeting.
Yeah, I don't.
That's the
I was actually going to ask why this part thing has suddenly appeared, because we've never done it before. So are we going to use this as a precedent to backdate all the other minutes?
No, you wouldn't backdate any.
No, so I don't think the part should be on there, to be honest with you. I think just, I don't understand why we've suddenly put that on. We've never done so in the past. And where does it say in Standing Waters, where does it say that we should be doing that? I don't think that's right.
Okay, but
I think it should be taken off, basically.
Okay, but it's reasonable practice to indicate when someone joined the meeting.
Well, then we need to do that. We need to say that is the policy going forward, but it wasn't then. I don't think that's right. We've not done it in the past. Why start now?
Because I think it's reasonable to indicate.
Well, why haven't we done it in the past?
I wasn't.
Well, I'd like it taken off, and if we're going to do it from now, that's fine. I'm happy with that, but we need to agree this.
Simon, what was that, sorry? Is it, because I'm just...
In the minutes.
Yeah.
So the minutes of the last meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, okay, when somebody was just joined a minute after or a couple of minutes after, yeah.
We've not done it before. And okay, I'm happy if we, from now on, we do it. But I think to suddenly introduce it without actually saying anything, it's not right.
So, I mean, just from my interest, what material difference does it make?
Well, it does to me. I just think that it's. I think that if we introduce something new, then it should be introduced properly, not just suddenly randomly put on there. And I just.
I mean, I don't see it's interesting.
I would like it taken off.
Okay, so minutes are minutes, so...
Well, I'm asking for.
Well, you're asking to be taken off, and it's like you're actually on there yet, Simon, so...
Well, okay.
Let's just...
No, I'm asking for it to be taken off that. I do not accept those.
I mean, I don't think it's worth council's time arguing about it. So it's not on there. If Peter doesn't really feel that it should be on there, we'll just do it from this point forward.
Simon wanted the part, brackets part to be
Taken off. And the apologies should be put in, because I did send them.
When somebody...
Yeah, the apologies, but that was a mistake.
For somebody joining or leaving a meeting, for it to be documented in the minutes.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, it has been done for the vice... I think the vice chair left once.
Yes, he did indeed.
And it has been done in the past.
And it was minuted that at this point left the meeting.
And that would be right and proper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
somebody joining the
that isn't,
meeting.
because it doesn't do
Yeah, I agree.
The same.
All right.
So I think we need to alter
Okay,
that.
so let's be pragmatic, because I don't want to spend the whole evening arguing about this. It's not in the minutes at the moment. It won't be in these minutes, but going forward it will.
That's fine. Thank you.
And 8.1, it then says, he's amended it to do the meeting on 5th of November, when these minutes are for the...
Yeah, so that was done, but you can't add in retrospective things into the set of minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the ones I'm signing don't have that.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, right.
No,
Right,
it was just that...
Yeah. No,
That's
Clark and I discussed it this morning, and
right, okay,
we came to the conclusion that it would not be right, because it wasn't
No,
a council
it wasn't
meeting.
that.
It wasn't a formal meeting, and we didn't really make decisions
Okay.
Okay, the version here that went
Has
out
got
on
it in.
email is the one that's got it in.
So the one that's
Yeah.
published on the website
Okay.
are the ones we're
Where
discussing.
is
It doesn't have the extra bit.
No, it doesn't.
No. And those are the true and proper minutes.
Yeah, right, that, so we're just making sure that
Okay.
the minutes you're signing do not have that in.
They don't.
Right, okay,
Excellent.
fine.
Alrighty. So, anyone got anything else that they... No?
No, thank you.
Alright, so we'll make those amendments. I'll write them on afterwards, initial them, and we'll go forward. Okay, so just my update. So in terms of the yellow lines, Nick and I did get a copy of a plan from Cheshire East with request to just confirm that they reflected the meeting that we had, and they did, so we've responded that they did reflect the meeting. So they're going to make an updated version for public consumption, and when that's ready we'll have some meet the residents meetings as we did before, so people can give feedback, and then hopefully after that we'll kick on to get the new stuff in place.
Do you think we need to do meetings? They're going to do a formal public consultation, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I just felt that
Yeah.
because we asked people for their opinion, and once they say this is it,
Okay.
or this is what we've interpreted it as,
Okay.
then I think we should allow people to see it.
Okay. Do you think we should we agree as a council to do that though? Because I don't think our our previous resolution to do that would now have these meetings.
Okay. Well, we don't have them, so
No,
can we park that then and then make a note that when we get them, I'll put it on as an agenda item, and we'll propose that we share it with.
So you haven't got that yet?
No.
All right, okay.
So is it going to go out in October and then?
No,
We're in November.
Yeah.
We're not waiting until
Yeah.
next year.
December, wasn't it?
That was their original timings. They were talking about October. I
So
think,
February,
weren't
March now?
Yeah. No, they have
For the map.
No, the map will be soon.
Okay.
All they wanted to make sure was a reflection, but they asked us not to share it with anyone until it's gone through their QC procedure, which is half of that is asking me and Nick if that's what we talked about.
I have one concern is that I know that they say come April the 1st, everything's forgotten. So whatever we need to do needs to be before that. We can't relax, obviously.
Because the budget will go.
Yeah, but they've sent an engineer around, he's
Yeah,
looked at the
Yeah.
main comments, so...
I don't trust them.
Can I also just... oh, sorry, we've finished that one, have we?
Yes.
Right. 8.1 as well.
Oh no, we finished this is my update, it's not...
Oh, right, sorry, I thought that was part of it.
No, we've done
Update from the Police and Crime Commission. All right, sorry.
Okay. On the small claims court documentation, I have to say I haven't progressed that as much as I would like, mainly because of time constraints, but I'm hoping to discuss that with the clerk, and we'll hopefully kick that off in the near future. It's one of the things we have to do properly. We only get one go at it, so if we don't do it properly, then we're doing the residents a disservice. But I will ask Lucy for some help on that, because it's making slower progress than I'd like. More Buttercup Way maintenance, thank you very much to the Buttercup Way maintenance team. Just one thing I just want to remind us all is that any donations do have to come to council. I mean, it's great that people and companies are donating stuff to us, and I'm really appreciative. I think we should encourage that, but we as individuals can't accept in a meeting. So if we just remember that, our new Labour government have come unstuck with accepting gifts. So I don't want us to become known as free gear Pickmere.
It's also nice for us to acknowledge receipt of the donation in the
formally
meeting as well.
We've always written afterwards. So.
It was just a quick one-off that he said, he came along and he was doing that, and he said, oh, he said, do you want these?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a big thing.
Just to say as well that it is in Pickmere Press, I'm sorry.
That's right. I'm relaxed about it. It's just, you know me, I like process. And
I mean, you did offer me £5,000 for a new wardrobe, but
see, that's the other thing, isn't it? So the monkey balls is being installed soon, 15th, I think. So.
Wow, that's right then.
It's not much for the money, is it?
No.
So we haven't actually gone out and measured it. So we do need to do that this weekend if we can.
Yeah.
There's Simon's around this
Is
weekend.
this the same day as they come
Not
into
afraid.
Who's going out?
fill that hole in the road as well?
Well, it's further down that, isn't it? So it doesn't matter.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
It's the same day though, isn't
Yes.
it? Yes, I thought it was.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
There was somebody looking at that again the other
Are
day.
they coming to do it?
Oh, they said so, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay. Well,
I asked you to go in out to measure.
so we originally agreed it would be myself, Jane, and Simon, but we have.
I will have to, and my apologies, I'll be under the water in the farms.
Okay. All right. So we just have to measure and make sure we know
Put
where
it
it's
in the right
going.
place.
Because they won't want to turn up and us go, oh yeah, let's see where we're going to put it. We did have our meeting with the neighbourhood plan working group this week. I guess that will be reported back at the next meeting, but just as an update for those of you that weren't there, we're going forward with the grant application. The group have promised to give us a report or summary or some sort of documentation after each meeting, and we're looking at how we can accommodate requests to use the facilities on a certain fixed day. And we've a number of ideas on how we can do that. Obviously we don't want to give away money, but we do want to make it easier.
I think
So-
we've sort of found a way around
Yeah.
it, haven't we?
We have a number of ideas, so I think that will resolve itself. Village hall hires are going from strength to strength. Every week I publish an update on the Pickmere Parish website, and almost every week there's something new and something different. So thank you again, Lorraine, for your efforts. I have to say it was really disappointing that we had a bit of antisocial behaviour in the Clover Drive play park. Thanks to, I guess, Peter and Alison, which I hadn't realised, for clearing that up. Obviously, I imagine youths with their bottles of alcohol, disappointing that they then decided to smash them on the floor of a children's play park. And also, it appears people are still taking dogs into the play park. There were so many medical reasons why that is not a good idea. And leaving dog excrement behind, which makes it even worse, because that is the lethal bit. So again, if anyone notices that, please report it to the police. The playground is on that antisocial route.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Because the other antisocial behaviour we had earlier in the year, which seemed to have gone away. And the other thing I thought was worth mentioning in my report was just the amazing light show that we had in October down at the lake. It was good that so many residents got to see the Northern Lights, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Nature is a wonderful thing.
I missed it, unfortunately.
I think you're live down here.
Was that
Were you away there?
The Northern
We had the
Lights.
Northern Lights over the lake.
Yeah, fair enough. I actually got I'd been out.
It will be a
Phone call saying, can you make it? And got out of bed and ran.
It's on October the 10th. I think.
Yeah. This year they reckon we're going to have quite a lot more
Yeah,
activity.
this is the peak year. Then it goes away for 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cyclical, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've done it's twice this year, but it was like a force 5 or something like that one time.
Okay, so moving on.
Might have been force.
Any declaration of interest on any of the agenda items this evening? No. Now come to the public forum. So is there anyone in the public wants to make any comments? Not this week? Okay, good. So moving on to...
I can hear them shouting the
did we get anything from Kate?
Nothing from Kate.
Oh, yes, she sent a report.
Oh, do you have it? I don't think I've seen it.
Is she sending this to just you?
No, she said she just sent a message saying that she'd sent the report.
Oh, this was really good service. If you did, I missed it.
No,
Just
I've not
been sent.
received anything.
Okay.
Did she send you a message to say that?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll work out what happened, but I haven't seen one.
if one comes in, can it go on the website, even if it's not for a meeting?
Yeah, I don't know. Or you put it on the Facebook page or something. Okay. So that brings on to finance. So there was a summary sent round.
Yes, so I do have, there's a couple of copies. You guys got them somewhere. Anyone else need one?
I wouldn't mind, that's it.
Chris has got two.
Oh, there's one here.
Nick, do you need one?
Well, we're sharing, but if there's spare.
Thank you.
So there wasn't a lot of outgoings, mainly because I wasn't on the accounts until a week ago. So there was quite a few just in November, really, that have just come out. So yeah, I guess most of them were direct debits that have come out.
Have we been able to stop the standing order to the previous?
I've stopped all the standing orders to HMRC and Gemma. This one, particularly the HMRC one, happened before I got on the accounts.
Why
So is that PAYE?
British Gas debits there? One for here, obviously.
More from the pavilion.
There's one electric and one gas.
So there'll be a gas and electric and then another electric.
Dual fuel, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's, so British Gas actually sell electric.
Yes, quite.
I think also with the BT one, potentially because it's such a long month, I think it might be just beginning rather than 2 in 1 month kind of thing.
Yeah,
It just so happens to fall
Yeah.
2 in 1 month.
29 days apart.
Yeah.
The only question I had was the ash payment
Yeah.
debit.
Yeah.
Is that quarterly? Because £81 is not our monthly charge.
It's 118, isn't it?
It says 118 here.
You're reading it backwards.
Do they charge per visit as well?
Yeah, the bottom one.
They charge extra, I believe that the standard
Mine's
charge, they
118.
charge if we ask them for extra visits.
Right.
So,
So I think it's a standard charge, and
That's
if we ask them to come out
Well,
at
we could do it now when their
oh, do I open the one?
regular delivery is in.
Every
So we-
Wednesday.
every Wednesday.
Okay.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Did you want
But
this one?
Lucy, I was just going to say about ash waste now. They've emptied it on Wednesday.
Okay.
I'll put it back, but I'm going to put it behind the pavilion because it was full this week of literally boxes for canoes and things like that still, honestly, at this time of year. So all we're doing is just taking other people's, it's not like small, like waste that we're trying to get rid of because of rats. It's actually literally boxes of canoes and things like that. It was full of it.
Are
We have actually-
able to stop it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we message them to just say there's no more, we don't need it emptied this year now for the rest
So,
of the year.
but the contract is only from April to September.
Yeah, it's,
Yes,
worth,
that's
it's
what-
worth checking because
So
it's a sometime contract.
Yeah, so they actually picked it up this Wednesday because I pulled it out because last week it wasn't pulled out, was it? But I checked to see and it was full of stuff. So my point is I'll move it all together.
I would. What's happened in the past is it's gone round
That's
to
what
the
I'm going
side
to
of
do.
the pavilion and it's been locked.
That's right. I'll put it lockable.
Locked and also
maybe not now, but it certainly can go round at the back. It won't be used quite the same as people just chucking big boxes in it. That's twice it's happened where people have just literally. Not even swatching them.
But my point,
Thanking these people for their donations.
but my point is that the £118 is a lot more than the contract says. So I'm not sure why we're getting charged £118.
Well, I think it was down to weight as well, wasn't it?
It could be extra visits. It could actually be
But then we can-
what was in. because they don't take some stuff. I mean, for instance,
Recycling, isn't it?
they've refused to take. I think there were some tyres in there once, and they refused to take it. So,
All right, well, maybe.
is that a charge according to that? I wouldn't know.
No. I mean, there is a charge for extra weight.
The cardboard boxes will.
They've charged as well from the 1st of October more. That's increased.
Right, well, I think that we move it out of the way altogether.
Is that then perhaps because that is outside of our contract
Maybe.
time, and so they're charging?
But in order for them to come, someone would have to phone them and ask them to come.
No, I'm just sort of, I don't know, I'm just sort of...
Yeah, but that's my point. They shouldn't be coming now.
No,
And they wouldn't only come if someone phoned them.
I've never rang them.
So, well, maybe Lucy can...
Yeah.
But there was, but you emailed last week, Lucy, didn't you, to me to say they've been for the bin and it wasn't on the right side, so they've gone away. So that's why I made sure this week that it was.
So they'll have charged.
So they
for
might
that.
have come in.
Well,
charged twice.
So it's possible that they charged last week and they never took anything away.
Yeah.
And then obviously they've been this Wednesday, but I'll move it all together now. That's what I'll do.
All right, we're just speculating. Let's investigate. I mean, they'll charge us whether they take it or not, because that's the contract.
Transport, isn't it?
Yeah, they come.
Yeah.
But we also need to get one that's lockable. I don't know how it's not lockable anymore.
So we've got another one of 96, 91. This is a future one, I'm assuming. This is a new invoice from the 1st of November.
But equally, you could.
For ash waste.
For ash waste.
Yeah, well, we haven't done anything with them for that.
Okay. Oh, I think when we started, we had a meeting with them, and maybe the contract's out of again, but we need to.
If they're coming out of the contract, then really we shouldn't be paying. So if the contract was only till the end of September, they shouldn't have come anyway.
No.
Why do we need it in the first place?
In the summer we need it because people are just
For the
dumping.
visitors.
We do really, because you meant, well, yes, we do.
We bag everything anyway.
We do, but if there's a lot and there's, like you go there some days and people haven't put it in bags, it's us that are bagging.
Yes.
And if they put it in there, it's stopping the rats,
Well,
really.
that's the question, but it
I'd
seems
say
to me we're
rats.
doubling up.
I think rats is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, historically it's been used for events as well, so the party by the lake.
But certainly this time of year.
Okay, but let's investigate what's going on, because
Party by the lake.
Had their own skip.
Okay. But in the past they've used the bin. That's my understanding. But anyway, let's find out what's going on, then come back and investigate.
So that was the summary.
Sorry, just one other bit on that, if that's okay. It's not specifically the amounts, it's just the British Gas thing. Last time, I think last month's minutes, I think I wasn't here last month, I think we agreed we were going with British Gas again. But a year ago when we signed that contract with British Gas, I think Amanda had just come in, and we then had our biodiversity policy ratified, and we agreed at that point that when it came to renew our gas and electric, we would go with a renewable provider, which British Gas, this tariff, I don't think is a renewable provider.
Last month we had 2 days to either accept or find something else.
Which I assumed was the case, particularly with you having just come into post, Lucy. But that was also the situation we'd had the previous time, was I think Amanda had just come into post. So just really a plea that our policy says we'll use a renewable provider. We obviously didn't have time to do that, but can we diary in advance for next time that we do?
Or do we just look at prices, or do you want to go over the odds to do a renewable one?
Well, that's what we as a council agreed, was that we were going to use...
Yeah, we did.
Renewable isn't actually normally more expensive these days, or very close. But we do actually have a biodiversity policy that says we will use...
And they're matching more now, anyway, as time goes on.
So...
Okay.
I can see Lucy writing. Thank you, Lucy.
Okay.
Also, the thing that I've just handed to Lucy is Amos's bill,
You did, yeah.
which I only got Thursday. No, not Thursday, Tuesday. So he stuck it through the door.
Okay.
Because it gave us a bill as well, so.
I guess that's a regular payment usually, isn't it? Amos? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, I'm just sort of saying that you've got it, so it's going to be in addition to that for next meeting.
Yes. Does anyone else have anything else on the summary of last month?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay. So this next month, so November, there is. I haven't received the invoice from the plumber. I did a message
I've
him.
just sent a note. He contacted me a couple of days ago and he needed who to put on the invoice, so I just put, send it to Pickmere Parish Council, but email it. I gave him your email address, Clerk at Pickmere Parish Council, so he's going to send it.
That's good, yeah. I mean, I literally, I think I texted him and said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Put Pickmere.
I have got a couple of bills, Lucy, to send in. I've got some, one for a lock and some for paint.
Okay, yeah.
I'll forward it to you.
Can I also, in addition, have any payments for those tiles yet?
No,
Any news on when we're going to get the payment?
not
for them?
yet, no.
It's been quite a while now.
Okay.
So,
The tiles that came off the roof.
Yes.
yeah.
Has someone sold them, or they
No.
bought them, or they're
No.
trying to, or something?
Yes.
Jane
Yes.
took them away for safekeeping. It's meant to be.
They're just
So-
there. They're not dealt with it that I would.
So, another thing is we had a roofing company come out. I've had quite a lot of trouble with getting roofers to come. So the actual roofing company that did the roof said they had a 4 to 6 wait on actually coming out to do even a quote. So Cheshire Roof Repairs came out. They're the ones that are doing the kind of new build, do you know opposite the flashes?
Yeah. Oh yes, I know what you mean.
So I'd just seen them doing something local, so I contacted them. They've come out and they had a chat with Peter.
Yeah.
And they've come back with, sorry, I did try and print it, but it died, for 1,986, which that's just that's for the guttering, so that's removing all the guttering and the downpipes for the whole building. Then supplying and installing new gutters and downpipes and removing all the waste from the site. So that's 1,986. I would like to have some other quotes.
That sounds so much in.
It does sound quite a lot to me. I've had them done in my house before, and I would have thought at least half that, and that was for my house. So
I'll tell you who.
I'll contact somebody tomorrow and send them over to you.
yeah, that'd be great. I did contact. I think you'd sent me a number of someone. I rang him, no answer. Sent a text, no answer.
Who's changed his number?
I don't know. But yeah, just general, they are all seem very, very busy and not answering phones.
I think that's what they sound,
Also, Ian Potts that came out for us, they also do stuff like that.
Okay.
Because they were in the orchards as well doing something the other day. And he's very good. He'll come out and give you a quote quite quickly.
Yeah, because he's in Wincham, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's to supply all new guttering.
Or yeah, taking it all off, putting it all on, new guttering, new downpipes, and then taking it all.
So you've got Ian Potts.
There's a couple of companies have been doing it on our road, isn't there? But they're putting in fancy metal stuff, and the prices I heard for that was quite so.
They do start off. They do start off there.
Right, okay, up and down a bit.
But they do continuous aluminium. So
Yeah.
that would be.
They actually extruded outside. Yeah, I think that's it.
Good.
More convenient.
Okay.
Is it still?
Plumber. I've still not managed to get an electrician. If anyone has any electricians that I can contact, please, yeah, send them over to me.
Only in Lostock.
There's at least one who's in the true.
There is,
Yeah.
is this just an electrician, or we say, did you say plumber as well?
I need roofers and electricians.
Right.
What do you want the electrician for?
The
Okay, obviously, like,
We do with it doing down at the,
right, did we have, what did the plumber do at the pavilion?
we did where the gents toilets are.
You're right.
You,
But we've not had the hand wash. So
what hand wash?
they don't work. There's two of them.
Yeah, they do work, though. They do work.
Heaters.
The heaters,
Oh,
then
no.
one off, water just totally pulls out there. And
No.
the other one was.
Well, that
So,
wasn't what,
but it was on,
It was on the list.
just going back.
well,
It was before, yes, before coronation.
Yes.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I was told that you were right.
Yeah, and gave me the new list that.
Well, that's on.
Gemma's not given me any list.
No, it's on the maintenance.
To Gemma, unfortunately.
Okay, and you have the list, and you did have the list of things to do. And one of those was the security light, the water heaters at the pavilion, as well
We'll
as
do the
the,
list, yeah.
your items, automizer.
Oh,
Well, he charged us less for the urinals because he was able to repair it rather than put new fountain. So the use a good, we can ask him.
Yeah.
well, it's on the list.
Yeah, it's
I'll
fine.
ask them that as well. And oh, again, I'm not going to print this. There is new pay agreements from the NJC. This must be more discussed at the finance meeting.
No, it's basically new pay award for clerks. They will be getting more money. And that's our contractual obligation, because to make everyone aware that going up.
Yes, so
Who the NJC?
National.
the National Joint Council for Local Governments. So it says, I can read you the note, sorry, I did try and print all of this, but my printer gave up after the agendas. So it says the Local Government Association has informed us that the National Joint Council for Local Government Services, NJC, has reached an agreement on rates of pay applicable from 1st of April 2024 to the 31st of March 2025. We encourage employers to implement this pay award as soon as possible. Back pay for employees who have left employment since the 1st of April 2024. If an ex-employee requests it, we recommend that employers pay any monies due to that employee from the 1st of April 2024 to the employee's last day of employment. The table below lists the new pay scales for clerks and other employees employed under the terms of the model contract.
Last time it was
That's them.
months backdated, it was not, wasn't it? But rather than it being
Is it?
from a month or two in front, it's always
Pay,
backdated.
even if it's not requested, is it?
Pay if it's requested.
It says if an ex-employee requests it, we recommend that employers pay any monies due to that employee from the 1st of April 24. Has anyone requested it? I've not received anything from Amanda or Gemma.
I would be down without still parking somewhere else.
And well, I know that,
Amanda, she would know about the NGC. I think she around November.
and her sisters as well.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
the other girl was a Clark.
Okay, we'll cross that bridge.
You should pay the money. Yes, so that
We'll follow the guide. Well, there might be some people that we can. Actually. We can't pursue.
Yeah, we didn't have the finance meeting on Sunday. That is after this meeting tonight. So we cannot, unfortunately, have the budget.
And you've already got him forward. What's I sent over today.
Yes.
Thanks everybody.
We'll be adding that.
To the IROS. Oh yes.
Absolutely.
She did.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Let's move on. Planning matters. So, one point Paris Court. New one.
Yeah, so this is a new single story front entrance lobby extension. We were given pretty much we were given until
It was actually the last meeting, wasn't it?
yeah, so it came through on the I got it on the 9th of October, and we had until the 30th of October, even though it says I then sent them an email requesting an extension, which was just replied with, "Good afternoon, Lucy. Thank you for your inquiry. Your email will be saved on file as FAO, the planning officer, for which they may peruse once they are appointed." That's short we have been given.
Do you have any comments on the application?
No, I haven't got any concerns about it.
No concerns, it's rather large work.
Size and scale, really, but the only other thing was like, it shows a window in the room. It doesn't give any sort of details on it. Is it a look so a window in the roof of the new extension? Yeah. It was just, and then did look on the drawing. Might be that it's
Is it to
So,
the, is it to
it's
the
the-
house or the back of the house?
so the front door, which is at the side of the house if you look.
Is that the kitchen area though?
It's where the front door currently is.
I think the kitchens are there, aren't they? Kitchens to the left, that's what I thought. So maybe they're trying to get a bit of light. But it wouldn't go through into the kitchen though, you could draw it. Well, you know, like these roof lights that they're putting in most places now. You know, it does. They do put like a bit
A
of
light tube.
They have both go, don't they? You know, maybe they're trying to get that light in.
Do we want to raise anything, or will we be happy? Okay.
It's not good. It's not in green belts.
No. Is there enough room at the front of them homes?
Yeah,
For the storage?
well, on that one, yes.
It's on the side, so there's the row of 3 houses and their front door is on the side, so it's actually facing out onto Park.
Lane.
Park Lane.
It's Park Lane, yeah.
And it's
It's the
there.
big green house onto Park Lane.
Oh, that one. Yeah, it's number 1.
So you know where our sundial thing is? It's that house there.
Behind it.
Right.
Yeah, it's coming out towards Park Lane. It's not going to affect anyone else that I can see.
That Dan's old house?
Yes.
You're there now.
Okay. Does anyone want to
Yeah, investigated.
Okay, moving on. So just on reports, see, we have, the finance thing afterwards, so it's probably well that we don't have too many reports. So the first one is the tree discussion that's been going on for years. So this is one where where someone decided that they were going to cut down a tree on our land. So they did look at the tree, so it is quite complex, but if you look at the tree, all the weight is substantial weight. If you look at the picture, those branches are not small branches. So all the weight's leaning, the trees lean that way because of the wind. But also if you look at the ivy, the ivy doesn't kill trees technically, but what it does do is act as a huge sail in wind. So the guys that cut down the trees, or the tree that the IROS that fell down, I asked them for their professional opinion. So they don't think removing the ivy makes too much difference. They don't think the tree is stable. But the other interesting point is it's become very boggy around that area as well. It's because of the clearing of the land in front of it. And the final issue with trees is one was removed because it had a disease, and that exposed trees that are left to more wind, which increases the chances that there could be a tree falling over. So I haven't looked at it myself, and as everyone knows, I've got far too many trees. I think if it was me, although I tend not to want to take trees down, I think that one probably does need to go.
You say, why have you actually cut the ivy off it then? Why have they actually cut the ivy off it?
I think it was kind of the bottom by the...
Part way up. If they've actually gone round it, taking a section of the ivy out.
Kill the ivy out.
I did notice that it had been cleared at the bottom when I went to see it.
So, is it just one bough of the tree? Or the entire tree?
Funnily enough, I mean, ivy at first didn't, but it becomes integral to the structure of the tree when it becomes quite big. So what cutting it away possibly has made the tree more unstable anyway. But I mean, looking at it, then it opens up the next tree and the next tree and the next tree. So how far back are we going to go with this? Is it acceptable because that is sort of...
I think that's the problem with that.
Hang on, Jane, let me finish. Is it acceptable that we chop down a healthy tree, or should we just look at removing some of the branches that are overhanging him? I'm sort of giving an option here, because essentially it is a healthy tree. Chop it down, you open it up, open up the next tree and the next tree, and that question from that person would be, well, that one could still fall onto my garden, that one could still fall onto my garden.
And then it's on the parish council to pay for it.
Yeah. So is it worth investigating removal of some of the overhanging branches,
Or reduce the height?
or reduce of that particular tree? So we've still got a healthy tree, which is...
So I did ask the guys who did our tree work, those two things were possible. And I mean, obviously they are possible, they can be physically done. They didn't think it would make any difference to the stability of the tree. And I think, when I took the guy at his word, although he gets money for taking the tree down, he doesn't need any more work. So it's not.
What effect will it then have on the remaining tree? Did you say that?
He didn't think it would have a knock-on effect, because the other trees are reasonably upright. But we still have to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
I just feel
Not to that extent.
No, not over the person's garden.
The prevailing wind is that way, because anyway.
But in this case, the biggest problem, according to the guy I talked to, is that the branches are so huge and the tree's now leaning so far that he just doesn't see how it's recoverable. It might have been 5 years ago, but not today.
So which of those are you actually talking about?
There's this one at the end.
The very end one.
The very end here, on the right.
That one there.
The page.
What about the one behind?
My problem
There's another one exactly the same behind it.
My problem is that this has been going on for years, and
Yeah.
it's been one of those of, I want those trees down, I want those trees down. It's been a continual question that has been repelled because the trees are healthy. It's the same thing of, I want those bells stopped because I've moved into the village. He bought the house knowing those trees are there. I can see his point. I also don't think that chopping down a healthy tree is a good thing, particularly in an area where we've got a habitat.
How do we know it's healthy? I mean, I used to be able to leave like that when I was 30.
And also, let me just go back to the point of the tree that's just come down about 4 months ago. They actually said they were going to take it down. The tree actually fell down. It was hollow inside, and yet we'd had it investigated by somebody. Now, personally, I don't want to sit on this council, that tree come down on one of Bob's children or grandchildren, and be held responsible for it, because that tree overhangs his garden and the others don't.
Okay, but I think we have to be careful. Well, I take your point. That tree was identified as a risk.
Yeah.
And if it had been cut back in time, it probably wouldn't have fallen down. So we can't.
The tree was hollow inside you, and you were only taking branches off the top. If you go and have a look at the root on that tree, the tree was hollow at the bottom. Nobody, not one person, not one of the people who'd come out had actually looked at that and said it. They were only going to take the part of the top of the tree,
Fine.
and the tree was hollow.
I still have answered that.
A tree, I don't know right next to our trees, but a tree, but a big tree like that could still be viable if you take the top off so the wind doesn't knock it over.
It can.
You know what I mean?
Well, it
It
was rotten.
becomes a smaller tree, but that doesn't mean it's old trees are rotten inside. It doesn't mean that they're not viable and safe if you take the top off them.
Don't know, so just, well, talking about. And I don't know anything about the guy and how long he's been asking for it. My fear, I have to say, I would agree at this point that if anything happened, are we liable? Yes, we are. And I wouldn't like to think that anybody got hurt because we couldn't make our mind up. That, I mean, that's all I can't say anything else because I don't know too much about it. And to be honest, I don't have a great deal of knowledge when it comes to trees and such like. I just know I like them, but I don't have the knowledge about it. But I wouldn't like to think, like Jane, I would be upset to have something like that.
So with that in mind, Brian, and I agree with you that you have to think of that. When are we going to chop down the trees at the top of the Clove Drive? Because they're on our land and if they fall over and hurt someone. I think we have to just be very careful. I know I'm being a bit pedantic there, but what I'm saying is I think we need to be a bit careful about how we approach this, because once we chop one down, then the next one becomes
This is up to the big garden though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We take the branches off.
But so there's, I don't know if you saw something in the report. There is a
Yeah, absolutely.
the tree care specialist has said that they think it's beyond being able to prune it, and the most suitable option is felling.
Yeah.
So
I have seen that.
He's not an horticulturist.
No.
The tree surgeon. They've been looked at by an horticulturist, and we've had a report from him.
okay,
Are we going to go back to him, ask him?
But I think that if you look at the report, I have to say I read the report and it's extremely complex and confusing. But that area, he identified as something that we need to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's always the case. Yeah.
But in his report, he didn't say that for every tree that he looked at.
Particular area. So,
But if we chop one down, that exposes the rest to more wind, which can potentially be a problem. I was just thinking of the costs to the council.
Peter, the only thing that I would say is that
The council, given that,
that tree is at this side, the wind comes up off the lake like that, it doesn't really very often blow down, it comes up off the lake, and that's the furthest away tree, so the others will always get the brunt of the wind first, and that one last. Don't you think so?
Absolutely, yes. I mean,
That's at the end, so if the wind's going to come this way, it whips up over the lake. And comes up over the lake, so it'll hit the first tree, the second tree, and the third tree. And we're talking about the third tree, so that's the last that it hits anyway. But if that one comes down, it's not the other ones aren't going to. They're still going to get blasted first. That tree's not protecting any of them. It's not. It's the other trees that are protecting that. Well, you get down there on a windy day, and I'll tell you now, that's the way it is.
it's very windy there, and you don't go near. Don't stand underneath the trees, do you? No. Just any old bits can fall off a tree.
one resident had a branch fall close to him in the boys' land, just inside their gate.
But that's the way the wind blows, it blows them up and down. Are we going to vote on it or not?
Sense of no choice. I mean, all I can say is if it was my tree, I probably would take it home.
I would like to consider
It were asking.
removal first, or by asking someone else.
And I'll go to your list.
But I think that's, you know, this is my experience of asking multiple people. I've had someone come around and tell me that a tree's going to come down on my house imminently. And the next guy said that tree's never coming down, and that tree's still there 25 years later.
That's what I mean.
So
Could that tree still be there 25 years later? I just think we need to consider all that.
Don't we have a bit more of an extra responsibility in talking about our own trees? You know, we have to be super careful.
There's a lot of trees, I think, in the village that are in a similar situation, and it's going to would cost an absolute.
Well, this is one that this man has actually agreed to take down himself at no cost to the council.
Well,
That's the difference. So it's at no cost to the council. I think we need to make a decision one way or another.
But the next one, once that's taken down, and the next one looks a bit ropey, police won't pay for that.
It hasn't got the leaves.
It's probably money with stuff.
It hasn't got the leaves.
And you know, he's paid the tree. He's
The
paid.
next one has the same angle.
And I've already said the wind comes up that way. They get hit first. They get hit first, Peter, before the third tree.
It's the whole group of trees in front of that.
That's right, and they get hit first.
So the third tree is actually protected by that.
To a degree, yes.
Yeah, and that's the one that would hit.
That's right, but it overhangs his garden
But
massively.
you just said it's protected.
No, I didn't say it's protected.
It's not actually overhanging, it's got-
Well, if you go in his garden, yes, it is.
it's potentially in the drops of them. It's in the drops of them. But we're all in the drops of them, on the airplanes flying over, aren't we?
Well, if an airplane comes down, you're not going to get, well, you know, who are you going to sue? You're not going to sue me or Chris or Lorraine. You're going to sue the airport or the airline. This is us that people are going to sue if something happens.
So it's the parish council.
Well, we are the parish council.
Parish council is separate entity.
unless you've acted negligently, the risk to your personal salary is zero. I don't think we're acting negligently. I mean, I get the point that there'll be other trees, but we're going to have that anyway. We need to have a tree survey. Having read the report in detail, I think we probably need to action tree reports a little bit quicker than we have.
Well, he actually recommended 6 months, didn't he? And whereas before that, the tree surveys were only ever done every 5 years.
Well, that's when they were sort of made it to be every 5 years, so we've they've been carried out.
He has said 15 months.
It was an odd number of months So you'd see the trees at different
Different
stages of the
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
So
Really, it's a case of that we're going to let this fellow pay to have it put down.
because
Yes.
we've still got to fund the second part of the initial tree survey, haven't we?
Yes.
So it was split into two sections. Half of it this year,
And half
which
of it
was
next year.
and half the other half next year.
But I mean,
That'll be
that
time to have the next survey done.
So the point is, are we going to make a proposal or a vote on, but we let him put it down?
Yeah. Well, he won't be cutting it down.
No, I mean,
It's on our land.
he's paying for it, excuse
Yeah.
me.
Well, I think, okay, those two things are slightly separate in my mind. One is, do we cut the tree down? And the second is, do we accept a donation to do that? So, in my mind, donation or not, I feel that the tree should be cut down. That's my basic opinion. And we can't, just because it's kind of costing public money, so no way we can avoid
Right,
that.
do you want to propose that?
Should we also consider or propose that we have it, the branches removed rather than chopping the tree down?
Well, having talked to somebody who does it for a living, their opinion is it would be futile.
No, I'm just saying that.
We can keep asking him for opinions. This is going on for years, I know.
Yeah.
But, okay, so the proposal is that we cut this tree down, and as per our tree report, it says that we should replace every tree we cut down with a tree. But I think we've done that for the one at the lake, so that's a little bit wider. But that's the proposal that we fell this tree because we feel the risk is too much. Anyone want to propose? Anyone want to second?
I'll propose.
Okay. Take a vote. Those who want to fell the tree. Anyone against? Okay. So the second part is a resident has offered to pay for the felling. A donation. Oh, that's good. That is a good point. Yeah. So a resident has offered to make a donation of £600 towards the council. Are you happy to accept that?
That cost of felling,
Yeah.
is that full cost?
It just happens to be equivalent to that cost.
Is that removable as well? Because the last tree that was chopped down, the one that was diseased, is part of the therefore habitat.
I'd rather it was just that, I was going to say, I'd rather the wood was left there.
Okay, we can.
As it has.
Yeah.
Are we,
Part of the biodiversity policy.
yes,
Yeah, okay. So
We're willing to have that on.
So donation to fell, but to leave for them.
The devil's habitat, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good.
that tree will be replaced by
Yeah.
another tree. And then the other bit about that is, should we retrospectively, so I felled 2 trees.
Yeah.
We should retrospectively replace those trees with new trees.
Who agrees to accept the donation? Everyone. In terms of the space left over, the donation, does that cover the tree, or is there any new trees to be planted, or is that just
I've
felling?
got quite a lot of old tree saplings, but they're quite big now.
What is the tree that's being felled?
it's an older,
It's an older, yeah.
from an older, I was going to say, is it appropriate to put an oak in there, will it actually grow? Do we replace it on the same site with another tree, or do we plant a tree somewhere on our land?
And probably plant it on somewhere else.
It's wet there.
Yeah, you've got quite damp ground, and also it's.
Well, the guys who do the felling also do planting, so I guess we can ask for their advice.
So are you donating
Yes.
something would decide whether we're accepting your donation?
Okay. And Jane has an entry that she'd like to say. So you can vote.
I've got an old drawing in the greenhouse. They're all big now, suddenly.
Are we accepting Jane's oak sapling as a replacement for the tree that's going to be felled?
Yes.
And then how many? Just one?
I'll have a look at it. I've got more than one, but I'll have a look
At least one.
Yes. The little sapling on the drive. It's a lot bigger than, mine are bigger than that. It is coming up, isn't it? I mean, that did struggle. It's.
You did struggle the first one, didn't you?
It was chopped up.
We have to expensive planting of to replace the 2 trees that we this year. I only found that advice by third reading of the report.
Because the first one,
Well, once
there was the bell, that's the deadwood habitat, that's not been replaced.
I've got a few, Peter.
The one that's fell over and this one now.
Yes.
3 trees.
So that's 3 that needs to source.
Okay. Yep. All right. That's the tree sorted. The next item is obviously last year when our friends at Cheshire East decided to charge us for green bins. The conclusion was it wasn't something that we were going to subscribe to, but Alison brought up a very good point. There's been a lot of maintenance work around the village hall, and we've had to beg, steal and borrow other people to help us out to get rid of the garden waste. So I'd say for £59 a year, it might be a proper investment in the council. Yeah. Obviously, someone puts out the bins on the back bin, so
Right.
we also need someone to put out the bins on
Yes.
Thursday night. Who's it on Zumba?
I was going to say, we've always done it for the past 18 months. There's never been any problem on the grade.
But
I think you're thinking I'm here on Thursday now. I'd just like to say, as regards to that as well, that Jeremy across the way took 2 ton bags of leaves again the other day to dispose of. That he's disposed of lost. That's banking very badly.
yeah, who knows? You're looking much into a green bin. I tell you,
You get all those green bins.
No, you wouldn't.
if you get your kids to jump up and down there, it's compressed.
Oh, we did.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Still from 2 ton bags.
Okay, so I'm going to assume we don't want to have a formal vote. Nobody's objecting to them. 59
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Alrighty. So that ends the open session. Just need to pass a resolution. Oh, sorry. Jumping ahead. So just to confirm that the next meeting will be on Thursday, the 5th of December, 7:45 in the Joke Shop. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're talking dates. Can I just check the January one? Is it really the 2nd of January?
No, it's the 19th, something like that. Is there?
Right, there is a day.
There is a date in January.
There is a day in January.
When was the JP in January? I don't know. It's somewhere in the 19th.
There's the Thursdays in January are the 2nd, the 9th, the 16th, the
It's the
23rd.
9th, it was the 9th.
Yes. We should actually stupid January.
Yeah.
And then it would be back to the usual, the 6th. Yeah.
Oh, there's, sounds right, there's 2.
Okay. Okay, so just to consider a resolution to exclude the public under the Public Bodies Administration to Meetings Act 1960.
Do we actually need to?